Hello everyone. Today I'm going to start the chapter first of our book J.C. Leong Geography, and the name of chapter is The Earth and the Universe. We're gonna complete this chapter today. So let us start. Okay. First topic is exploring the universe. So in this topic, it is said about a bright night that you will look up at the sky and you will see some galaxies, some stars. What a galaxy is made up of? What is the name of our galaxy? How many stars it have? Approx, and how much the light what is the speed of light of the star, etc. Okay, let us read it. On a fine bright night, when you look up at the sky, it seems to be studded with the stars. Studded with the stars, it means it is having lots of stars. Little do you realize that each of the star is far bigger than your earth. Yes, it is so controversial that each of the star which you see from the earth, that so little stars, they are actually way bigger than the earth on which we live. Some are larger one have been estimated to be many million times of the size of earth. Some of the stars are estimated to be many million size of the earth. And the stars that are not scattered regularly in space, they occur in clusters, better described as galaxies or nebulas. Galaxies or nebulas. Each galaxy is made up of each galaxies may contain as many as 100 million stars. It is believed that Earth own galaxy, the way name of our own galaxy is the Milky Way, alone contains as many as one hundred as many as 100,000 million stars. The stars appear small to us, even though a telescope, because they are so far away. If we gonna see a star with a telescope also, then also the star just seems to be very small because they are far away from us. The light from the nearest star traveling at a speed of light is the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second, takes something like 4 years to reach us. The stars that are very far away from us, the light which is coming, which is traveling at a speed of 186,000 miles per second, also takes approx 4 years to reach us. Yes, the ray of light the ray of light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the earth. The ray of light take about 8 minutes to reach the earth, and light takes only a second to reach us from the moon. Okay, now the solar system. The solar system comprises the sun, its 9 planets, which is believed to be developed from the condensation of gases. All the planets are believed to be developed from the condensation of gases. uh, and other lesser bodies. All the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical orbits. All the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical orbits. Like the earth, they shine only by the reflected light of the sun. They shine by the reflected light of the sun. They don't have their own lights. The sun has a surface temperature of 6,000 degrees Celsius, which is about 10,800 Fahrenheit, and it increases to 20 million degrees Celsius, means 36 million degree Fahrenheit in the interior. Means the surface of the sun has a temperature of about this is the surface of the sun, which this is having the temperature of about 6,000 degrees Celsius, that is 10,080 or 800 degree Fahrenheit, and it increases to 20 million degrees Celsius when we move inside or interior to the sun. It's over its surface and fairly guesses that this is the diagram of the solar system showing the sun and its 9 planets. And the name of planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The Pluto is not a part of our solar system these days. Okay, in 2006, it was considered as it was just removed from our planet, from our solar system, right? Now, what is that? All over its surface are fiery gases that lead up in the whirls of glowing flames like a volcano in eruption. In size, the sun is almost unimaginable. In size, it is almost unimaginable. It is about 3 lakh times or 300,000 times as bigger as the earth. Okay, among the 9 planets, Mercury is the smallest. Okay, this is among the 8 planets. We go not count the Pluto as a planet from 2006. And Mercury is the smallest and closest to the sun. It is only 36 miles away from the sun. It is only 36 miles away, and it thus completes its orbit in a much shorter space of time than the Earth does. A year in Mercury is only 88 days. It just completes its cycle around the sun in 88 days. The second is Venus, twice the distance away from the sun. Venus is twice the distance away from the sun. Uh, is the next closest planet. It is often considered as Earth's twin. It is often considered as Earth's twin because of its close proximity in size, mass, weight, and density with the Earth, right? But no other planet is in any way comparable to Earth, which has life and all the living things we see around us. It is only the Earth in our solar system which have life. Okay, like many other planets, Earth has a natural satellite. What is the name of Earth's natural satellite? The name of Earth's natural satellite is our moon, which is 238,900 miles away, that revolves eastward around the Earth once in every 27 days. Right? We have read that about the moon, that moon revolves around the Earth and it completes the revolution in 27 days. Okay, the fourth planet from the sun is Mars, which has dark patches on its surface. It is believed by most professional astronomers to be the next planet after Earth to have possibility of some plant life. The Mars is considered or Mars is believed by some professional astronomers to be the next planet after Earth to have the possibility of some plant life. Much attention has been focused on Mars to explore the possibilities of extending man influence to it. Next comes Jupiter. Next comes Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. It is the largest planet in the solar system, Jupiter. Its surface is made up of many gases like hydrogen, helium, methane. It is distinguished from other planets by its circular light and dark bands. It have 12 satellites that circle around it, means it have 12 moons. As it is more than 485 million miles from the sun, its surface is very cold, probably about minus 200 degree Fahrenheit, that is minus 130 degrees Celsius. Okay, let us come to the second page now. Another unique planet is Saturn, which has three rings. Saturn have rings, means the planet Saturn have some rings around it, and nine satellites around it. Nine satellites means it have nine moons. The planet Saturn have nine moons. In size, it is the second largest after Jupiter. First is Jupiter, largest in the size. Then comes Saturn. It is so far from the sun that it takes 29 years. It takes 29 years to complete its orbit. The seventh planet, Uranus, was not known to astronomer until the late 18th century, means we came to know about Uranus in the late 18th century when it was first seen as a faint bluish green disk. It was first seen as a faint bluish green disk through a very powerful telescope. It is another giant planet 50 times larger than Earth and 15 times heavy. It is 50 times larger and 15 times heavier than Earth, planet Uranus. Unlike other planets, Uranus orbits around the sun in a clockwise direction from east to west, with five satellites revolving around it. All the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical orbit in anti-clockwise direction, but the Uranus revolves in clockwise direction from east to west. The outermost planet in the solar system, Neptune and Pluto, are just visible with telescope. Just not consider Pluto, but we're gonna study some about it here. The two outermost planets in the solar system, Neptune and Pluto, are just visible with the telescopes. Their discoveries were a result of mathematical calculation with their regular gravitational effects on neighboring planetary bodies. Neptune closely resembles Uranus. Neptune resembles Uranus. Uranus, except that it has only two non-satellite, it is probably much colder. Pluto is smaller than Earth, as the orbit of the planets are non-circular but elliptical. The distance of Pluto from the Sun during perihelion, means when it is closest to the Sun, is 2,766 million miles, and at aphelion, when it is the farthest from the Sun, It is 4,566 million miles. A year in Pluto, it is no less than 247 years on Earth. A year in Pluto consists of 247 years on Earth. Due to their very recent discovery and their extreme remoteness from the Earth, very little is far known about these last two planets. Now it came to the size of, the shape of Earth. In the olden days, sailors feared to venture far into the distant ocean because they thought the earth was as flat as a table. They the first it was the first the astronomers think that the earth is flat as a table. They thought that when they reached the edge of earth, they would slip down and perish in the bottomless ocean. This is one, of course, not true. From years of accumulated knowledge, experience, and observation in different parts of the world, we know that earth is round. Actually, earth is not even round. The shape of earth is known by the word geoid. It means the shape of earth. The word itself means the shape of earth. The earth is oval shape somewhat. Okay, so yeah, there has been so much research done on the earth's science that its various dimensions have been accurately found. It have an equatorial circumference of 24,897 miles and its polar circumference of 83 miles. Equatorial and polar, it is the earth, these two are called poles, and this is our equatorial line. And the equatorial diameter is 7,926 miles and the pole diameter is shorter by 26 miles. It simply shows that the earth is not a perfect sphere. It's like a flattened at both ends like an orange. It is flattened at both the ends like an orange. Okay, not like that, but somewhat like an oval. It can in fact be a geoid, the earth shape. Yes, here it comes. The earth is a shape of geoid, and the word geoid itself means the earth shape. The spherical shape of earth is also masked by the intervening high lands and oceans on its surface. Now, the evidence of Earth's sphericity. There are many ways to prove that Earth is spherical. There are some of them. The first is circumnavigation of Earth. The first voyage around the world by Ferdinand Magellan and his crew from 1519 to 1522 proved beyond doubt that Earth is spherical. The crew and the ferry Ferdinand Magellan from the 1519 to 1522 proved that the earth is spherical. No traveler going around the world by land or sea have ever encountered an abrupt edge over which he would fall. Modern air routes that ocean navigations are based on assumption of the earth is round. This is the circumnavigation of the earth, a round world, a curved earth, and this is the earth, a spherical, right? Now, wait, I think I would erase this. Yeah. Abrupt drop at the edge of table like earth. If this would the earth is flat, then there would be an abrupt rush, but no one till now have ever felt this an abrupt drop or abrupt edge. The second is the circular horizon, the distance horizon viewed from the deck of the ship at sea from the cliff on land is always everywhere circular in shape. This circular horizon widens with increasing altitude and it could only be seen as a spherical body. This is illustrated in figure 3. We're going to see the figure 3 right after this. And third is ship's visibility. When a ship appears over the distant horizon, the top of the mast is seen before the hull. In the same way, when it leaves harbor, it disappears over a curved surface equally. This is the figure third, which is showing the increasing altitude widens. You can see this in your book, these both pictures. Now, if the earth were flat, the entire ship would have been seen or obscured at the once, right? But this means if someone is standing here at the ship and seeing the ship or this ship, if the earth would be spherical, no, sorry, if the earth would be entire like a flat, so complete ship would either be observed or would not be observed, but it appeared to be like going slowly, right? If the earth would be flat, it would see the shape like this also. Okay, fourth is sunrise and sunset. The sun rises and sets at different times in different places. This is too obvious. And as the earth rotates from west to east, the place in the east sees the sun earlier than those in the west. If the earth were flat, whole world would have the sun, that is, and okay, if the earth would flat, the whole world would have sunrise and sunset at the same time, but this is not so. And the figure 5 is illustrating this. The sunrises and sunsets, if the if the earth is spherical, this would be this, and if the earth is flat, this would be this. Okay. Fifth is the lunar ellipse. A shadow cast by a Earth on the moon during the lunar ellipse is always circular. It takes the outline of an arc of a circle. Only a sphere can cast such a circular shadow. Planetary bodies are spherical. All observations from telescope reveal that planetary bodies, the sun, the moon, the satellites, and the stars have circular outline from whichever angle you can see them. They are strictly spheres. Earth, by analogy, cannot be the only exception, right? If the everything, the stars, the sun, the moon, the satellites, everything are sphere, so Earth is just an analogy of them. Earth is also a part of the solar system. It just can't be the exception. Seventh, the driving poles on level ground on curved earth. Engineers, when driving poles of equal length at regular intervals on the ground, have found that they do not give a perfect horizontal level. The center pole normally projects slightly above, and the pole at either end because of the curvature of the earth. The figure 6 is showing the same, and we're gonna see the next. Eighth is the aerial photographs. Picture taken from high altitude by rockets, satellites show clearly that the curved edge of Earth is perhaps the most convincing and the most up-to-date proof of the Earth's sphericity. Pictures which are seen. Now the point comes of Earth's movement. Man is always conscious of the apparent movement of the sun and little realizes that Earth on which he stands is constantly in motion. Have you ever realized that the earth on which you are sitting, standing, or doing whatever is rotating? No, no. But yes, the earth rotates and revolves at the same time. When the sun disappears, he says that sun sets. And when it emerges, he says that sun rises. He is not the least aware of the sun. In fact, does not rise or set. If we it is we who rise or who we set. The earth moves in space in two distinct ways. It rotates on its own axis from west to east once in every 24 hours, causing days and nights. So rotation causes days and nights, and it revolves around the sun in orbit once in every 365, 1 by 4 days, causing the seasons and the years. So it is the revolution which causes the seasons and the years, and it is the rotation which causes days and night. Now, day and night, when the earth rotates on its own axis, only one portion of earth's surface come into the ray of, okay, where text, into the ray of the sun and experience daylight. The other portion, which is away from the sun rays, will be in darkness. As the earth rotates from west to east, every part of the earth's surface will be brought under the sun at some time or the other. And this is saying, if the earth is like this and this is the sun, so sun, earth is definitely spherical, so the earth rotates, and then if the earth is like this, so this part is getting the weight. Okay, if this is earth, this is sun, So like this, if the sun, this part of the earth is getting the sun rays, and if the earth rotates, then this part come at here, and now that part will get the sun rays, right? As the earth rotates from west to east, every past, okay, the part of earth's surface that emerges from the darkness to the sun rays experience sunrise, and later which is gradually obscured from the sun beams, at it experiences sunset. The sun is in fact stationary, and it is the earth which rotates. So it is the earth which sets or which rises, not the sun. The illusion is exactly the same as we travel in the fast moving train. The trees and houses around us appear to move, and we feel that train is stationary, right? Every one of us have felt it. The